Yo empecé cuando tenía 9 años. Fue algo que tuve tan claro. Yo creo que aún está más claro todavía.
Buongiorno Alexis. Hi Alexis, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's a pleasure to have you here.
No, the pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me here, really.
Thank you. So, what was it like to dance in front of a camera? How did you feel? Come è stato danzare davanti ad una telecamera? Come ti sei sentito?
Well, at first, the first couple of months, I felt like, I'll be honest, I felt weird. I felt like, oh my God, like a camera is like literally on my face, like, and every step that I do, because it was just dancing. It was literally when I just like walk on the streets. And so like at first I was like really weird. I was like kind of uncomfortable, you know? But after a couple, like I said 3 months after, like it got to a point where like Roberto, who is the director of the movie, he would like be with the camera and I wouldn't even notice, like to me the camera was just like part of me, like it was already there, you know. So yeah, at first it was weird, but then I got comfortable. I will forget that the camera was there, and then it was totally fine.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's normal. At the beginning, it's like a weird sensation, but then you get used to.
Yes.
So that's cool. That's cool. What are you up to right now? Cosa stai facendo in questo momento?
Right now, I'm at San Francisco Ballet. I'm an apprentice there, and right now I'm just dancing there, like in the best circumstances, because we cannot like perform or like we cannot have too many rehearsals. Like we're like in little like groups, with like not too many. Like the whole normally it would be a class with the whole company. But right now it's just like a couple of people like in each group. And so, but yeah, like I'm dancing at San Francisco Ballet. I'm an apprentice there. And yeah, like, and other than that, my life is just a normal life, just hanging here.
That's cool. And you like the style of the company and what you are performing? I mean, not right now, but the performance that are on the program and so on. Ti piacciono i pezzi di repertorio, tutte le performance che stai facendo, che stai vivendo al San Francisco Ballet? Intendo non in questo momento, però in generale ti piacciono?
Yeah, I love San Francisco Ballet, like the repertoire, and then it's just, I mean, I'll tell you this, when I was 9 years old, I told to myself, it's either National Ballet of Cuba or San Francisco Ballet. And like, I was like manifesting that since, you know, since I learned about San Francisco Ballet, I was like saying it and I was believing it, even though like I didn't see a way to like get there, you know, because I was in Cuba. So like, I would tell myself, yeah, like you want to go there, but there is no way to like, you get there, you know. But then when I was 15, I could, like what you saw in the movie, I came here, and so I was like, okay, now there's a way that I can get here, you know. And so like I even like when I was watching the movie, there was one moment that I said, I don't know, hopefully I get to San Francisco Ballet. And then like when I watched that, I literally got chills because I totally forgot that I said that. And then the fact that Roberto got it on camera, it like gave me chills actually. And I was like, oh my God, like you see, like, so like when you like want something really bad and when you believe in yourself, like there's nothing that can stop you. And so like the fact that I am in my dream company, it means a lot to me. And then on top of that is a company that has like every like aspect that I expected. And like that makes me really, really happy. Like just the repertoire, the dancers, the teachers, the people, it's just amazing. And just San Francisco in general, I'm just in love with San Francisco.
So cool. So you're living your dream.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So it's possible, actually. We can tell to everyone it's possible.
It is possible.
To
Keep believing
achieve
in
your
yourself.
dreams.
Exactly, yes.
And how is your family? Because after watching the movie, we got close to them, actually. And are they still in the USA? Are you going to visit them? E come sta la tua famiglia? Visto che dopo che abbiamo visto il film ci siamo anche noi un po' affezionati. Sono ancora negli USA e tu riesci a andare a visitarli? Vi vedete spesso?
So my family, I mean, they're great. My mom and my dad are here, of course, and my sister, but I mean, the rest of my family is still in Cuba. And so, yeah, like, I mean, I normally, like, when I have, like a break or like vacation, I go to my parents to spend it there with them. But like when I cannot go to Cuba because of, so I haven't been there for like almost a year. So like I'll tell you, I definitely like miss them a lot. But I know they're doing good, like making the best out of like the little things, because it's hard. It's hard in Cuba, and then with the going on, it's like even harder. So, but yeah, then my family's great. My dad and my mom are working a lot. Like, I'm like happy because they're happy. So like to me, that's all that matters. And you know, they're doing good. Yes.
I'm sure they're super proud of you.
Oh.
I'm so sure. Yeah. And what did this film mean to you? Do you think it reflects your path and your career as a dancer? Che cosa ha significato per te girare questo film? Credi che abbia rappresentato un po' il tuo percorso e la tua carriera come ballerino?
This film means the world to me, you know, because when we started 5 years ago at the beginning, Roberto talked to me and like he told me everything about it. And at first I was like, oh yeah, this will be fun, you know. I didn't look into the future, like what will happen, you know. And I was like, yeah, this will be fun. And when I talked with my parents, they were the one who put me more into the future. They were like, yeah, this could help you like in your career as well. Like this is we think it's a great idea. And I was like, okay, like I mean at first I was like, yeah, let's just do it and have fun with it, you know. And then a whole year passed of filming, and then Roberto was like, he would talk to me like every day, and then yeah, obviously like what I told you before, after 3 months when I got comfortable like with the camera, that's when I told myself, I was like, okay, we actually like doing this, you know. So like
okay,
that's when I like myself, I looked more for like further like to the future, and I was like, this can be something, you know. And then, you know, after like when the whole thing was done, I would like still talk to Roberto. I was like, I don't know yet, like is the movie out? Like is it gonna be out? People ask me, I was like, I don't know, like I'm in the movie and I don't know what's going on, you know. So like, and then Roberto like told me like, okay, the movie's it's going to premiere in Italy, this, then, that. I was like, oh my god, it actually happened,
becoming,
you know?
real.
Yeah. And I was like so nervous because I didn't know what to expect or anything. And obviously again, didn't like help either, so I couldn't be there for the premiere, which it broke my heart, but it's okay, we gotta stay positive. But anyways, before the premiere and all of that, Roberto, like we had like a meeting to like watch the movie together and see like what, like how the whole thing, how it ended up, you know. And I was watching it and I was like, the whole time I was like shocked because I literally forgot what happened like 5 years, and I was like, oh my god, like this is, first it's so weird because like I hate watching myself. I cannot like watch myself. I cannot stand it. You will understand, that's the thing of the dancers, we don't like to watch yourself, maybe
yeah, I know,
2-3 times, you know, here and there, but not really. And then after I watched the movie, I was like, oh my god, like 5 years of filming into like an hour of like for a movie, and like it puts everything in there, like what you see, like what you saw, what you watch is what actually happened. And then like to me that was like, oh my god, like it made me reflect so much. It made me like like I'll be honest, it inspired me. Yeah, to like see like everything on camera, like out there, and then be like and see myself what I've been through, you know, because okay, because what thing is what you see, which is the reality, but what I felt in that moment, like after 5 years, I felt it like when I was watching the movie, like, and that feeling it came back to me, like the struggles, the good moments, the bad moments, like, you know, like everything, those feelings came back to me, and I was like, oh my god, Alexis, like, let's
What
go.
did you do?
Yeah, exactly. It was just like mind blowing to me, and then I don't know, and like it makes me happy that it's like it's doing well, and then like people are watching, and like people are reaching out, and then like I'm like, what, like, wow, you know, like to me the goal is like to people to watch it and obviously enjoy it really, and like to
Get
see
inspired.
like, yeah, like that you obviously like to see like what I've been through, but yeah, like I'm not like thinking of giving up, you know, because to me that's basically the goal, you know, and like because I came here to America without like knowing what's gonna happen, but I had so like the support of my parents, my family, my friends, and I was like, you know what, I got this, and let's go, let's do it. And then to watch that like in the movie was like, it's crazy. It's literally mind blowing to me. I'll be honest. I was like, it was so weird. I was like, oh my god, like
It's me.
It took me
It's
back.
real.
Yeah, it took me back to like those years and like how I felt, like what I thought, literally, like, and sometimes like I forgot of like things that what I felt, and then what I said, and like to watch in the movie, I was like, oh wow, like I remember that, you know, like I literally forgot, and then others were like, yep, I remember that, you know, and so yeah, and obviously like I'm proud of it. I'm proud of Roberto. I'm proud of the work that we put into it, and yeah, like
You should be.
oh, thank you,
You
thank
should
you.
be.
No, yeah, I was like, cause it was fun and all, but it was hard too, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because you have even the fear of failure, I think, and then you're like, maybe if I fail and I just know it and my family knows it, it's okay. But if I fail and a movie knows it, it's like
It's
a
there.
big thing, you know? And especially we dancers, we have all a particular story. And I think each of us has been through struggle, because it is a amazing world, but it is actually a really tough world.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it's like a big possibility to look back and remember every step we made,
exactly.
because it builds our person, it builds our career, and it's important. And I think this opportunity you had to see in like 1 hour 5 years of your life, it's crazy. And it's really, really cool. I think.
And also like what made it easier for me too is like, Roberto, the director, he would approach to me and be like, listen, if you're feeling bad, if you're feeling down, if you don't have energy, like if you're like scared, like don't be scared to fail, you know, because we want to get that on camera. We want to see, because everything cannot be like happiness, because it is not. It's not everything. Most of the time can be like failure, you know. And he wanted to get that in camera, and he was like, obviously he approached me, and like he made me feel comfortable with it, you know. He was like, listen, if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, it's fine too. But like if you're like failing at something, people are gonna feel that, because nobody's perfect. And to see someone that is trying so hard failing, like, and I understood that. I was like, yeah, it's true. And like this is like when you fail, it doesn't have to be like something that is gonna mark you for the rest of your life. To me it's like it should be, and it is a learning experience, you know, because you learn
Yeah.
from your mistake. You learn more when you fail, you know. So that's why it was weird to me too. Like when I was watching it, I was just watching all of my lessons basically, and I was like, I learned them, but like watching it, I relearned it even more. You know, it made me like
Yeah.
think again. It made me, like how I said before, it like inspire me. No, because I'm watching myself like, oh no, it was none of that. It's more
No,
like
no, I
it's the
understand.
experience, like the mentality, I guess, or like while you're going through it, like how you can like still, you know, and like always like every day going for the better and like not giving up, and like it couldn't be like another Cuban dancer. I wouldn't feel the same, you know, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I learned and I felt inspired. Yeah.
We have to remember that we are strong.
Yeah.
So this will help you to develop your career and your personality, I think, in the future as well. So, and do you want to tell us a funny anecdote related to the shooting of the film? Like you have one? E ci vuoi raccontare un aneddoto divertente rispetto alle riprese del film?
So many times like that we had to like, you know, like bloopers, like for example Roberto
Yeah.
is filming like me dancing and I just like literally face planted on the floor, you know, and I was like,
Oh my god!
yeah, and then he was like, okay, we need to retake that because we cannot put that like in the dance routine, you know. And so like,
It's okay, failure, but
I mean, it's
not that much.
obviously, but like this moment is not the time, okay? Like don't face plant and then let's do this again. I was like, I'm sorry. And then like no, and it was like more like moments with the camera with Roberto. Like for example, he would like be filming me walking, and then it will get to a point that I will like walk too because I walk way too fast. And so like it will get to a point like where the camera will be like here in my face and Roberto will be like I can't like, and he would tell me like can you walk slower because I need you to because you like your face is literally in the camera, you know.
Oh my god,
And so it
that's
was like
so
moments
funny.
like that, and then there was one time too we went to a concert of a Rolling Stones, the rock and roll band, and it was, I mean I remember there was because it was a show. And I wanted to watch the show of the school, a ballet show. But then Roberto was like, no, like I wanted to come to the Rolling Stones and to film it and it will be fun, you know? And I was like, no, I mean, good. Like I wanted to like, it's good that like it's fun and all, but I want to stay here and watch the show and watch the
Yeah.
dancers. And he was like, like, you know, like it was like one of those moments where like we had like, you know, like no, I want to
little
stay
bit-
here, but he was like, no, I want
Yeah.
to come to the Rolling Stones. I was like, you know what, it's fine. Like I watch this every day. I can watch it in rehearsal at the school. So yeah, I guess I'll go to the Rolling Stones. And then we went, and I actually loved it. Like I knew who the Rolling Stones were, but the fact that I saw them like in a concert was amazing. Like I had a blast, and then Roberto had like he loved it too because he loves the Rolling Stone as well, and then it was amazing. So yeah, and then like most of the time my dad too. Like, I mean, if Roberto will tell me if I keep like if your dad keeps appearing in like the takes, he's gonna be like the star of the movie because he's like really charismatic, you know, and like
Yeah,
he like
I
doesn't
saw.
stop talking, and then like he's like he just sees the camera and he's like, okay, like, film me, I'm ready, you know, like so obviously sometimes he will steal a scene or something, and like Roberto will be like, okay, I need you to like step aside and like
Oh my god.
leave because you're like stealing the camera, you know, and I'll be like, Dad, like what are you doing, you know, but. It was every day it was something, you know, every day was fun. We make the best out of it, so yeah.
I imagine.
Yes.
So cool. And you have as well an anecdote about your performances and your dancing path. Hai anche magari un aneddoto rispetto alle tue performance e al tuo percorso da ballerino?
I mean, the whole movie is basically like me performing, but there was one time we work actually, like the co-director is Laura Domingo. She used to be a ballet teacher at the National Ballet School of Cuba, and she works with a company like Contemporary in Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's a choreographer, and she choreographed a piece on me, and it was called Espinilla, which is pimple. And then it was like, basically she wanted to like, it was like made in two parts. That's the most like I remember the most.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you, because okay, so the dance was based in two parts. The first part was more like dancing around and like really, really tiring. I remember we rehearsing and I'll end up on the floor throwing up because it was a lot going on. And she was like, again, like, let's go. You know, yeah. Laura Domingo, she helped, like, she was the choreographer for like the dances in between the movie and like.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
yeah.
But yeah, like she's a close friend of mine, and we worked together really, really well, and like we understood each other really, really well. And
That's
cool.
I
mean, she's a person that I love and admire so much. So yeah, and the fact that we got to work together was amazing. So back to this piece, she choreographed in two parts. The first part was like dancing, and the second part was like more acting. You know, it wasn't like it was like more like facials and like, you know, what we do. And it was basically based, like the first part was like just me dancing. It didn't have a meaning. It was just like more of about the movement. And the second part was like it was acting, so it had a lot of meaning, because what she wanted to do was like when my dad would drive me, because my dad would drive me like every day everywhere.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to like put that on the piece, and there was like two chairs, and then like I would like go back and forth and like doing as my dad driving and like what he will do, and like me in the back chair like tired,
so
like
cool.
you know, like just listening to my dad. And just dancing that, like I remember like when she started choreographing, like explaining to me what she want, because she will ask me like, what will you do, like what do you want to do, like that's the thing, like she will ask me first, how do I feel, like what the movement, like what do I want to put, and then she like helps me like choreographing, you know. And when like
that's cool,
we did the acting part with my dad and I, like sometimes I will literally do it and just start tearing up, because you know, you get into it and like, you just think and you try to like react to what is happening the day by day, and it's just like it got really touchy to me, like it's like to my feelings, and then sometimes I would even cry. And so the first time, I don't remember if it was the first time, but yeah, I think so, that I performed it was like a festival in the National Ballet School of Cuba, and I remember like I think it was the very first time. It was like the theater was like packed. It was full. It was like, you know, it was a bunch of people. And I remember I did it, and then I did like the second part to it, and then I finished, and then I looked and I finished on the floor like throwing one of the chairs, and then I looked down and I look up to the audience, and that's the end. And then when I like looked up, I didn't notice, because like I was like tired too, and then like my ears were clogged, like I couldn't hear anything because I was so tired that like my ears I couldn't hear anything. And but when I looked up, like the whole audience, I was 15 years old too, like, and I never experienced something like that. But when I looked up, like the whole audience was like standing up, and I was like on the floor, like,
what's happening?
What's just happening here? And then I came by, I was like, oh, okay, reverence, like, oh, I'm so, okay, thank you, you know. But to me, that was one of the moments, I stayed to me. And Roberto, I think he got that on camera too, because he will be filming every second of the day.
Yeah.
But of course, he couldn't put everything into the movie, because it would be a 5 days long movie, you know.
Yeah.
But that moment, that was what I remember, because I also remember Laura coming down and she was crying too. I'm like, what are you crying?
Oh my god!
I don't understand this. What's going on? You know, because she never cries on it. She's really tough. Actually, she really pushes you to the limit. You know. And like the fact that she was crying, that like made me even more like, oh, like happy, I guess. And yeah, that's like dancing wise, that's like what I remember, like the other times, like I remember them too, but it's like for example, I had to watch it in the movie to be like, oh yeah, I remember like when that happened, or like this and that. Yeah, and I mean everything wasn't like happiness and all. Like when I perform, I can tell you that like there's some times that like I perform and I was like, oh, no, this is not it. And then when I watched it in the movie, because he made it in the movie, I was like, oh, and, like I literally just like want to close the computer and like walk away. But yeah, it was, I mean, in general, it was like amazing. It was a learning experience that I will always have in me. And so the fact that I get to see it is weird, but at the same time, it's like, it makes me happy because it takes me back there. So yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. I think you had as well like an actor skills, because I mean, yes, you were yourself and you were like spontaneous, but I mean, I think you have learned a little bit of actor technique. Like, as you said, you were like in the part and you cried, because I think you were deeply connected with yourself, with your soul, and it was a really deep moment. So I think you had with this movie even the possibility to learn and discover other personalities, other parts of yourself that maybe you didn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, in the movie, like what like really helped me too was Roberto, the director. He will come up to me, and he will tell me like, hey, relax, like it's a camera, but you don't have to like tense, you don't have to be tense, like just, you don't have to act, basically. You have to be yourself. That's all you gotta do, and that's the best way to like put it in the camera. So yeah, and then basically like we did so many interviews too, and I like, it got to a point where like I was like, yeah, ask me any question, I will like answer it. At the beginning I was like shy and like didn't know what to say, and I was like, no, can we start again? But then it got to a point where I was like, yeah, this and that, blah 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 blah, and Roberto will tell me, no, it's just like 5 minutes interview, and the interview will like end in like almost 20 minutes because I wouldn't stop talking. So like, yeah, like it's that too, like it's having the connection with the camera and the person behind it, like feeling comfortable and just being yourself, and that's what basically helped too. And then it's just in general too, like it like taught me a lot, like have to like the best way to put things out there is like by being yourself. And so like every time I got the opportunity, like not with the movie specifically, but with anything else, like any opportunity that came along, like dancing, like someone else like filming something, like a different interview with a different person, like with you right now, like it like helped me a lot just to like just being yourself and relax and like treat everyone like them and they're your friends, and like so like you have to feel comfortable with yourself and then like put it out there, so yeah.
Exactly. To follow a little bit the social and political cultural thread of the film, how is the figure of the male dancer considered in Cuba? Because here in Italy, often young male dancers are discouraged and bullied because there is still the belief that if a young boy loves dancing, he's like a little bit a sissy,
Yes.
So how it is in Cuba?
Well,
Visto che vogliamo seguire un pochino la linea sociopolitica culturale del film, vorrei chiederti come è vista, come è considerato il ballerino maschio a Cuba, perché tante volte in Italia i giovani ballerini maschi vengono un po' bullizzati, vengono considerati un po' delle femminucce, quindi volevo capire un po' a Cuba e poi ovviamente anche in America come è vista la figura del ballerino maschio.
So like the male dancer, like just in general, I mean, especially like let's try in Cuba. Like, I remember when I even started it, like a lot of people like would be like, oh, like dancing is not for men, like it's for girls, like don't do that, man. And, like, people even will tell my parents to, oh, like, I don't think you should, like, let him pursue it because something, you know. But I was really, really, really lucky, like, to have parents that supported me from the first day and still nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what is hard sometimes for, like, for some kids, you know, like, they don't have the support of their family and their parents, you know. So what I say to that, like, especially to that, like, not having your family support, the best thing you can do, it's
hard.
really, really, really hard. And I cannot even imagine it because first, I never experienced it, like, thank God. And second, it's just even hard to imagine to, like to go through that, you know, on your own. But here's the thing, like, as long as you believe in yourself, as long as, like, when, like, things are not going your way, when you don't have that support, as long as you have your own support, as long as you, like, believe in yourself, you got it, you know. You, like, just have to keep going because it's really, really rewarding when you go through all of that and then, like, you did it yourself and you look back at it and you're like, wow, I did all of that and look where I am today. So, like, that's why I said to, like, the young kids, like, do not stop no matter what, you know. Yeah, people, like, now, like back in Cuba, like male dancers, people will, like, always, like, people that, like, didn't know about ballet, people that didn't know about the culture will be, like, really, like, immature about it, you know. Like, even, like, mature people, old people will be, like, really immature about it. And, like, I mean, me personally, like, I was a little kid, I was like, you know what, I like this is what I'm gonna do, and I don't care whatever you say, you know. I was very much like that. And, like, people will tell me stuff, people will call me names, I'll be like, okay, if you want to waste your day like that, go ahead and do it. But I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what I love to do. So you're not bothering me at all. And, like, I mean, I was like, sure, if it makes you feel better, go ahead. But you're not, like, doing anything to me, you know. And but yeah, it's, like, it's really hard to see because it's also not just in Cuba, but, like, the world in general, you know. So it's really hard, but, you know, as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you don't get things, like, let things to get you, like, I'm telling you, like, you'll make it, you'll, like, get there, you know. It's hard, you know. It's like, it's just the ballet world in general. It's, like, really, really, really hard, but and not having, like, the support and having people, like, you know, like, the noises in the background is, like, it makes it twice harder. And but you know what, you are the one, you hold the power, you know, like, what you need and what you want, and so what you want, you must have it, you know. And things don't happen, like, to you, they happen for you, you know. So, like, you have to understand, like, hard things are gonna happen in order for you to grow and to learn. So that's what I say, like, just don't give up no matter what, you know. But yeah, it's like, it's people, like, that have no culture will always be like that. But I'm hopeful, and I even if you call me name, even if you don't think this or that, like, I'm still gonna prove you wrong. I'm still gonna, like, show you, like, how, like, ballet is not about, like, your personal life. It's not, like, I mean, ballet is your profession and it's, like, what you want to do, but it's not necessarily, like, it has nothing to do with that, because you get, like, however you are, however you feel, like, it's not, like what you do, it doesn't define you, you know. Like, you know, it's how you feel, you know, it's your life. But what you do, it doesn't necessarily have to say what you are, you know. And so, like, to me, I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna prove these people wrong, but not by, like, telling me about my personal life, but it's more about, like, here, come to the theater and watch me dance, and, like, tell me, like, about your experience. And I mean, I won't say, like, I've done that, but, like, it's, like, specific people, you know. And then it made me so happy to, like, when I came out of the theater and I see them, like, I was, like, seeking for them, you know, like, and see how they felt. and then like I like what would make me happy is like them being there and like watching all of it, and then like afterwards like coming to me and then we're like, this is like this is so amazing, you know, like I changed their mind, you know, like they say,
Yeah.
oh, like some of them will be like calm and be like, yeah, I need to rethink this because I did not say the right things or I did not do the right things, you know, like, and they'll be like, oh yeah, like that was really cool, that was amazing, and some of them be like, oh my god, like this is actually crazy, like the ballet shows like a sport because you were like jumping everywhere and like you were so high and they're like and I was like, you see, like ballet is a profession. It's not like it doesn't have to define who you are. Like obviously it's gonna help.
Yeah.
It's like going to define you as an artist, and it obviously helps you grow as a dancer, an artist, or like as a human being just in general. But it doesn't like have to define you, like your preferences or like anything. You know, it's just you doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
That's the main point. And so yeah, it's like it's hard, but as long as you just like keep believing in yourself, nothing really matters, you know.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy to hear these words from you because you're really mature, and I think it's important, and I'm really like honored and proud to interview you and to give the possibility to young people to listen actually to these worlds, because sometimes in the world of dance we are like really in, you know, when we are struggling and when the people are telling us that we are like, you know, and then we are bad, and then for girls, for example, that they are fat and they will not have a future, you know, it's really hard to don't get affected by these words, you know. In your life you're like walking out of the studio and you are still feeling what they told you, how they defined you, but if you are mature enough you are like, no, I mean,
it's just
this is their
it's
opinion.
A struggle. It's like really hard. I'm not gonna it's really hard. Ballet itself, like I mean everything in life, it's hard, but it's hard in order for you to learn, and like it's like a test.
Exactly.
It's like, are you gonna like pass it or are you gonna like give up and like quit, you know? But and so like, ballet, like what we're talking about, which is ballet, it's like really, really, really hard because you have like people even in there, like there with you, like do not like support you or do not like you, and it's already hard to, and like you get in your head to like it's complicated. It's really, really hard. But as long as you take yourself, you know, like it's fine. It's okay to like feel down, you know, but what is not okay is to stay there, you know. It's like you must like get up and be like, okay, today this happened and it was bad, I'm gonna do better, even if it wasn't bad, but like that's how you feel, fine, you know, like no one is judging you for that. But it's not okay to stay like in that state of mind and like quit, you know. You like you must find like, you know, like it sounds cheesy, but like in order to find light you need to go through the darkness, you know, like there's no light without darkness, you know. And like the light like the brightest in the darkness, you know. So like you have to go through all of that in order for you to shine, you know. So as long as you don't get lost in the way, you'll get there, my friend. So it's just that, just believe in yourself, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And how did you come up with the proposal to make a movie, to make a film? What did you think? E come ti è arrivata la proposta di fare un film? Come ti sei sentito quando te l'hanno proposto?
Well, so basically, I was just like 14, 15 years old. I was like 5 years ago. I'm 20 today. And,
Math.
And so like I worked with Laura Domingo. She was a teacher at the ballet school, and she was choreographing. And she met me because she was working with me. She was working with the school, so like I got casted for one of her pieces. And then like she met me there, and then like every rehearsal we would like talk about like the piece. Like she would give me corrections, but afterwards it got more like, oh, how are you? Like, you know, we got more like connected. Like we got closer. And so Roberto, who's he was like really close with Laura. They were friends. Roberto came to Cuba to like find inspiration, let's say, and like try to find something to make a film. And so he was talking with Laura, and then Laura like they like some like like why not the life of a dancer, and then she like apparently like maybe they had me in mind, and they like reached out to me, and they were like, oh, we will, and they proposed it to me, we would love to start like filming around, like filming you around and see, you know, like if you're comfortable with that,
how it goes.
Yeah. And I was like, I mean, I would love to. I don't know much about this, but I would love to. And like, but I have to talk to my parents too, because I'm only like, I was like 15 years old, so I was like, I mean, yeah, I'm excited for this, but I need to talk to my parents. And obviously they talked to my parents too, and then like my parents were like, why not? Like we talk it out, like this could be a great opportunity to me, like for my career, let's say, and like from
your dad said like, yeah, let's make a movie about me.
Exactly. Like, I was like, oh, as long as I'm in it, like everything's good. Yeah, but no, and then they were cool with that, and then Roberto find out about my situation, like I might have to come here to the US, and like, and then that was like that made it even more interesting, you know, and like every day when he will like get closer and closer, like with the camera and himself too, because Roberto is like my friend too, and like nowadays like I can call him my friend, you know, and like he got even closer, and then like he was like, yeah, this is it, and then Laura was, so I was like, yeah, like this is it, you know, and I was like excited. I mean, at first I was scared, obviously, because I never done something like that, you know, but afterwards I got comfortable with it, and then like I didn't know what was going to happen in the future. Like I did not expect anything, and I mean I'm proud to say that, like what I didn't expect, like what I didn't think of, like it's actually happening. You know, like I did not think like, oh, it's gonna go bad, or it was like, oh, it's gonna go like be great. You know, like I didn't think of anything. I was just like in the moment, filming, having a good time, going through it. You know, but I'm happy nowadays to like talk to Roberto and see like things are doing well, I guess. And so yeah, it's just, I don't want to sound like, yeah, it's amazing, like like, you know, but I'm just
no,
like,
I understand,
you know, like it's actually doing well, and I'm proud of it, because it was a hard work that we did. We put a lot of work into it, and like passion too,
and time. Exactly. I mean, 5 years
of my life on the screen. So like yeah, and then I'm proud of it all, of Roberto, Laura, and everyone who was in the movie too, like basically my family and friends, which I love very much. And yeah, that's
amazing. That's super cool. Yeah. So it came naturally, the proposal, like actually.
It was just in its own time, everything happened.
Yeah, like it should be in life, you know. Sometimes we don't realize, but we don't get what we want, we get what we need.
Exactly. It's just, just need to live in the moment and go with the flow.
Yeah. And I have a last question for you. It's, what message do you want to send to the young dancer who are still looking for their place in the world of dance? L'ultima domanda che voglio farti è: quale messaggio vorresti lanciare ai giovani ballerini che stanno cercando di trovare la loro strada, il loro posto nel mondo della danza?
So basically what I want to say is like what I said before, you know, do not give up, keep believing in you, like dream big, dare yourself to dream big, like when you go to bed and you feel like that exciting and like passionate, like dare yourself to dream like, yeah, I'm gonna dance in my dream company, and I'm gonna be the star of the show, and I'm gonna do this and that, you know, like dare yourself to dream big, but dare yourself even more to make it reality, you know?
Yeah.
So don't give up, keep believing in yourself no matter what, just shut the outside noises and just keep going forward. It's like there is no other way, you know? It's just forward, you know, like just go with the flow. Obviously live your life. You're gonna go through struggles, you're gonna go through good moments, but no matter what, just keep going. Yeah,
that's the most important thing. I'm so thankful for this interview and that I had you here. Really, it's a pleasure. And I'm sure that all the young dancers that are listening, they will get will get home with some really, really good energy and the strength and passion to keep looking forward and to dream big, as you said.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, just go for it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me for the interview. I had an amazing time talking to you, and I love everything that you do, your social media, your YouTube, everything.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for having me, really.
Thank you. Grazie a tutti per aver guardato questa intervista e mi raccomando, iscrivetevi al canale.